Seven Dwarfs, a classic fairy tale if ever there was one. This is the one that started it all. This is the one that truly laid the foundations for Walt Disney Studio. I mean, Walt Disney had been working on many an animation before with Mickey Mouse and all those quirky shorts pointing to the sort of fairy tale kind of thing and some other great imaginations. Walt Disney, sold his garage and anything and everything just to get the Snow White movie done. Tolkien and Lewis were not really impressed with the Snow White film, and I think people of a similar mindset would not have been impressed with it either. But even still, this film absolutely revolutionized animation as we see it today. We probably wouldn't even have the animated industry if it wasn't for this film. Classic retelling of a classic tale that points to divine virtue. And now, these corporate morons oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. You know, it's pretty telling how moronic they are. Look, I have no ill will towards any particular cultures, but the original fairy tale of Snow White described the character as skin as white as snow, and yet they cast Rachel Zegler. She has tan skin color. They cast her as Snow White. What would happen if you cast someone like, I don't know, Henry Cavill or Colin Firth as T'Challa from Black Panther? Everyone would be up in arms about it. And yet the mainstream media is supporting this. I mean, they completely re-edited the dwarves, and this film had to be reshot several times just due to all the backlash that this corporate schlock was getting. This video's probably been ratioed already, but okay, no more words. No more.
So, whistle while you work. Whistle while you work.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
The actress who portrays Wonder Woman, people have said she clearly looks fairer than Rachel Zegler, and yet she's meant to be. I guess they could go for a more inner character kind of thing, but still, I'm just pointing that out. Anyway. No, not Chris Pratt, wasn't it? The guy from Star Trek. Okay, we have got to read the comments. We've got to read the comments.
Oh my! Oh, hooray!
Who else clicked on the trailer just to go straight to the comments? Evil Queen, who is the fairest one of all? The mirror, you my queen. The end! Yeah, precisely my point.
This is gonna be fun.
Precisely my point. Why even call it live action? The opening shot was 95% CGI. Why can't they just use practical effects and CGI only if necessary? That cottage looks too polished. Yeah, it's a lot of CGI. There's a lot of CGI. There's really no point to ruin this timeless classic. I mean, they did a good job of replicating the classic, but if you're gonna replicate the classic, why not just, you know, re-release the classic in the cinemas and then we could go watch it like I did some time ago. I mean, if you're gonna go CGI, why not just go all the way with like motion capture Snow White? Congratulations to Peter Dinklage, who got 7 dwarf actors fired and replaced with CGI. That did not go very well. Why does this look like an AI-generated fever dream? I don't know. Maybe Disney should tell us. Bambi rocks up to tell Snow about a top-secret team he's put together. I'm here for the Disney initiative. What's this bomb so hard that it actually potentially changes Disney's current state of mind of thinking that remaking classics to the mindset of today's generation can be lucrative and is art? Am I the only one who thinks this white costume looks more like something improvised of a school play than something from a Disney movie? I mean, they're doing the talking for me. I'm just pointing that out there. I'm just gonna predict this right now. I don't think she should eat that apple.
Of course!
Good rule of thumb. Gal Gadot. I will admit, I forgot her name was Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot playing the Queen will never work for me. What reason does Gal Gadot have to be jealous of Rachel Zegler's looks? I know, right? Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fattest of them all? Is this a trick question? Because I read Greek mythology and I don't want to start a war. Because Gal Gadot portrayed Wonder Woman. Nice. The unintentional hilarity of trying to make an epic trailer theme out of the Whistle While You Work song. I mean, it's got its quirks. It's just, I guess some songs are meant to be more, you know, fun and bouncy and laid back. The Disney hiring manager found the dwarfs in the uncanny valley. Good one. Friendly reminder that this movie's budget is somehow in the $300 million range. They remade another animated movie into another animated movie. Oh, good grief. I'll be honest, that first clip looks like it came straight from an AI prompt. Is Disney using AI these days? They put more effort in CGI than Snow White dress. Looks like a costume for a kid's party. Walt Disney created 1937 Snow White and the aspirations to prove that animated movies can stand next to live action movies for their own respective film medium. Amen. Being just as capable of causing laughter as well as sorrow, surprising himself and the staff to have caused the audience back then to both cheer and cry with the characters. As a long-time fan of Disney's animated classics, this sticks out like a money-hungry eyesore that's jabbing me in the side about how great it is despite everything around it saying otherwise. You see, Walt Disney, despite his flaws, definitely believed in divine virtues that were worth portraying. And even though, yeah, people can call him out on making things sugar-coated and corporatized, that is true. Oddly enough, there were some corporate moves that Walt Disney would not have approved of in modern Disney. For starters, Walt Disney himself was not a fan of making sequels. Modern Disney's been making a lot. It would be terrible if 100 years ago this movie started the Disney Empire and the greatness that Walt built. It would be fitting that this would be the same movie that brings it all down. So I've heard. Subdued shelf a classic. I don't think much more needs to be said. This movie's gonna flop hard. It's gonna flop. Everybody do the flop!